grandmother is speaking out tonight, blaming the tragic deaths on two of her own daughters.
I want both daughters to be equally charged because both are guilty.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And if this is your first time here, my name is Nique, and over here we are the Night Owls. And what the Night Owls do over here, they shop my website, www.niqueatnight.com, where you can find a bunch of new arrivals as it pertains to pajamas, lingerie, adult goodies, even stuff for couples to engage in couples night. You know, I have a lot of different things available on my website, so definitely head on over there after this video. Now, let's jump into this video. So this video today is an update from a video that I previously recorded about a gruesome tragedy of two children being found in a trunk. This is what was previously reported about this story.
It happened just after 11 Wednesday night on Eastern Boulevard near Wagner's Lane in Essex. That's where police say a routine traffic stop came up with the discovery of two young children, a boy and girl, 7-year-old Jocelyn Johnson and 5-year-old Larry O'Neill, dead inside the car.
Honestly, I pray for the young lady because you have to be in a dark place to put babies in a trunk and to drive around with them.
Now, the sister was supposed to be taking care of the children while the mom basically got herself together. I guess the mom said that she was not able to be mentally strong enough for the children. So she dropped off these two children in about 2019. The sister was supposed to be taking care of them in short. And in the midst of that time, I'm guessing the mom ended up getting pregnant with another child. And I guess the sister moved without her knowing. Her sister, in turn, took the kids in 2019. But then a year after having the children, she killed one child, put that child in the trunk in May of 2020. And then a year later, in May of this year, it is alleged that she killed the second child and placed that child in the trunk and was driving around with both decomposing bodies around in the trunk of her car. Now, a lot of people came down hard on the mom, and I even read some of the comments where people was basically blaming the mom and the sister for the deaths. People found it odd that the mom had not been in contact with her children for a year. They said like she was just as much to blame as the sister was. And now the grandmother, the mother of the two girls, the mom and the sister, and the grandmother of the children is now speaking out. The grandmother is speaking out, and she says she wants both of her children put down. Basically, she wants them up out of here upon the river. Okay?
I want both daughters to be equally charged because both are guilty.
And she says that they are both responsible for this tragedy as it pertains to these children. And she is blaming both of her kids, the mom and the sister. Child, I'm going to let y'all hear from her.
The maternal grandmother telling us she reached out to both police as well as Child Protective Services. Neither child was ever involved in Baltimore County Public Schools or Baltimore City Public Schools, leaving even more questions.
I called the police department to see could someone help me. I called Protective Service. Me and Dayshell got into a spat over the way she was, raising, bathing, feeding the kids. I wasn't going for no neglect at all. So she moved out in a motel with Nicole, my unstable daughter.
All right. So I'm going to pause her right there. So basically what she's saying is the mother of the kids was living with her, and she did not like the care that she was given to her grandchildren, and she felt like the mother was neglecting the children, not adhering to bathing them correctly, not adhering to like what they need from a mother. And because she didn't like the grandmother or her mom telling her about it, she said that the mother of the kids moved out of her home and into the care of her unstable. She's saying that her other daughter, the one that they ended up in her trunk, she said went to the unstable daughter.
Moved in with Nicole Johnson, the aunt of the children now facing charges related to their deaths. Michelle says the last time she saw her grandchildren was December 2019. Michelle telling Fox 45 News she called Child Protective Services and police.
I called Child Protective Service. They were saying because she gave them the Social Security card. She gave Nicole Johnson their Social Security cards and both of their birth certificates and moved out with a man.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it again. She's saying that the mama handed over the socials and the children to the sister and moved in with a man. Now we see why people on social media was like, how you end up with a baby? Well, the mom is telling that she pawned these kids off and moved in with a man, hence her getting pregnant again with this other child while her kids were with the sister. This is out of the mama's mouth now.
BCPD has no record of Deshelle contacting the department prior to finding the children deceased. Fox 45 News also requested calls for service and the nature of those calls to 3 Baltimore City addresses associated with either the grandmother, mother, and aunt from June 2019 to now. As for the state, Fox 45 News also reached out to the Department of Human Services and questioned if CPS has any record of complaints or investigations related to the children. Now, within the past hour, we did hear back from Baltimore police confirming 3 calls for service to one of those addresses, including for assault and disorderly conduct. No further information or detail was provided. We've also been looking into the handling of these children before they arrived here to Maryland.
They took 2 precious lives.
And Ms. Johnson is the mother of Nicole Johnson, the woman accused and charged in connection with the children's deaths.
I love her, but I want her paid with every soul in my bone. They can put her to sleep as far as I'm concerned. They can put them both to sleep.
The other woman Ms. Johnson is referring to is the children's mother, Ms. Johnson's other daughter.
That's what I want. I want both daughters to be equally charged because both are guilty.
Ms. Johnson says she last saw her grandchildren Christmas 2019. They looked malnourished, among other things. Since then, she says she'd been trying to get the children back from their mother or aunt, saying she felt that the children were in danger.
They took them out this house. I've been fighting. I called Protective Service. I text the mayor.
Ms. Johnson said the children had once stayed in her home with their mother, but left in 2019. Now she knows about her grandchildren's tragic end.
I'm trying to get any help I can. I was waiting for my grandkids to come home. They never came back to me.
So as you can see, the grandmother is pretty devastated about it. She's saying that she made calls for service. When they contacted CPS, they said that there was no records of the actual mother, Deshelle, contacting the department prior to finding the children deceased. But then when they were asked if anybody else made calls, they claimed that that part was confidential. Now, being as distraught as the grandmother is, I'm going to take her word for it that she did call them and nothing was done about it. And the mom, I mean, people were right in what they felt by saying, how dare you go a year without trying to contact your children? And CPS is putting her on blast and confirming that she specifically made no calls to them prior to the children passing away, but yet crawled up in bed with somebody and had another baby while her children were riding around in a trunk. Now, the one who they found the kids in her trunk, it's just shocking the stuff that she was saying on her Facebook leading up to this, as if she did not have kids decomposing in her trunk. Like, she's on her Facebook talking about family values. She's on her Facebook talking about all kind of stuff as if there was not kids in there. And I'm just like, it just reminded me of the other mom who had her child. Remember, I reported the story of the mom who whole time she was pregnant with another child and she had one child buried in the back, and she was living it up on Facebook talking about how she had died for her kids and all that. Meanwhile, she had killed one. Like, when I was reading through the person in this story, her Facebook of how she was talking, it was giving very much that. And I'm just like, imagine how many people are putting stuff like, you know, because everybody live a perfect life on social media, and they got these kids in their cars, in their backyards, and all this kind of stuff, and they talking like, it's just baffling to me. But I'm gonna pull up the Facebook and I'm gonna read through some of the messages. Okay, so the sister that is responsible of the deaths of the two children, this is her Facebook page. So over on her Facebook page, she had a series of posts that she would post onto her Facebook talking about different things. And I just was reading through some of it like, girl, what? So anyways, I'm going to read through some of the posts with you guys and bring you up to speed on some of the stuff she was saying while her niece and her nephew was decaying in her trunk as if all was well. All right, so a post that she posted to her page, I don't know what she reposted, but this is what she said venting. She says, "I'm definitely a complainer, LOL. But while I'm crying, complaining, fighting, not seeing lights, not knowing if tomorrow is going to get better, I'm still moving. Ish, I can't handle not having when I work so hard for everything and anyone. Everything I ever had besides Daniel was because I got it. Some people can't chill under pressure. I know I can't. That's the thing I hate the most about myself. I'm effed up. Nothing gonna make me feel better until I do better. I'm the hardest critic I got. No matter how much I cry, complain, anything, I'm still moving. I've been out here since 13, literally on my own. No one to call. So yes, sometimes that hit me. And I just let my problems take over. But never once did that stop me. Ish, I be stressed about other people ish. But that's what you do when you love a MFer. I feel where she coming from, but everyone is different. I know until my priorities are straight, I have every reason to cry as long as I'm not looking for handouts. I can never be the one, oh, someone going through something worse, even when that makes you cry because, damn, their pain won't make my situation easier. Their hurt won't make mine any less than. Some people are naturally built like that, could take a vacation in the middle of a storm, and some people instead would be worried about after the vacation, the storm will still be there. Again, she's replying to whatever she had reposted. I'm not sure what she had reposted, but we're going to move on. So another one of her posts that she posted, don't address losers. Another post she reposted, it said, be careful who you build with because people will use you for the foundation and finish the structure with somebody else. She said facts to that. Okay, so I want to read to you guys a post that she posted recently on her 33rd birthday. Now, at this point, both kids were sitting in her trunk and she was riding around with them in the car. And this is basically what she had to say to reflect on her life and basically thanking some of the friends that she had. All right, so I'm going to go down to this part. So she says, this is the one time in life I can say I'm only thinking of me. It sounds so selfish, but if you knew how much of me I have actually given, sometimes even robbed of, you'd understand. Physically, I can say I'm okay. Mentally, I'll soon be okay. And again, I really apologize for my disappearance. I couldn't take anymore and I had to. I really appreciate you and hopefully you understand. I'm definitely a genuine person. Genuine people don't kill their niece and nephews. Don't think that's the definition, but you know, I don't think that falls in the category. But anyways, I didn't want you to get to know this version of me. Somebody chin, thank you for that. Knock you. You don't know how much I actually owe you. One day I'll tell you the story about how you saved my life. I don't even know y'all for real, but y'all was refusing not to get an answer. When I saw y'all worrying, I genuinely answered, nobody ever normally cares, which is true. I can always disappear and I'll be out of sight, out of mind. Thank you. And again, I hope y'all understand that it's only a break so we can have a better forever. I know Daniel sent y'all because just when I felt it was over, y'all popped up. The only two people I didn't express my depression to, and not hearing from me made you worry. Definitely made me dig a little deeper and think a little harder. Anyways, time for the pre-birthday with my husband. So you know where to find me. I felt like giving up because I've literally had enough, literally. Everyone else's excuse is I'm strong, I'll get through it, when literally I'm broken. But somehow I'll definitely get through it. I've been 10 toes my whole life. Nobody can take that from me. No good childhood, no childhood saviors, and I'm still so humble, caring, genuine, loving person. My heart will always be pure no matter what. This time I gotta love me. So I mean, it sounds like she got a man, and I mean, I'm trying to figure out if he needs to be charged too, because if she got a boyfriend that she's talking about and she's referring to as her husband or whatever, how he don't know what happened with the kids, and is he riding around in this same vehicle that was transporting the children? A mess. A mess. So if you guys want to scroll through her page, a lot of people have left her comments under her Facebook. She has a lot of interesting posts about crying, you know, and better coming soon. She also has this post right here in July where she says, my priorities are definitely in order. I had to realize everything else will fall into place. And unless you got your ish together, you shouldn't be worried about anything else. Like, girl, if you are offing one niece and one nephew and putting them in the trunk, baby girl, your priorities were not ever together. Period. Like, girl, you had no priorities together. Okay, another one, she says, I gotta finish getting my baby's day summer stuff. Girl, the babies is in your trunk, or was in your trunk at this time. And you sitting up here talking about, I gotta finish getting my baby's day summer stuff so I can get to myself. I have a lot of babies, but I'm almost done grabbing all our tennis tomorrow. Then take the big ones clothing shopping and I'm done. We all know how I step about the children around me. You can't break me and my baby's bond. They love Aunt Nique. Well, they would have hoped that Aunt Nique would not have killed them. So the way you stepping about them, you stepped and had them now resting in peace. So what do you mean? What are you talking about? What is it given? This is the stuff that she was posting the whole time they was in her trunk. Like, how you even could sit and even type something like this knowing that 2 children is in your trunk, talking about the way you step about kids? I mean, I guess that's her guilty conscience eating her up saying that, or maybe that's what she wanted to believe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And this post right here, somebody had posted, when you cut someone off from your life, they will never tell the full story. They will only tell the part that makes you look bad and them innocent. And then she said, not me, LOL. I don't tell. Well, girl, we know you don't tell, child. We know what you do. Okay. And so it's a lot of reposts and her like posting little captions and stuff like that. So you can definitely type in her Facebook and go to her Facebook. There was also people who was posting another, like there was screenshots from another Facebook account. And I think before she had this Facebook account, she had another Facebook account. And the posts that were on that Facebook account is even worse than what she was posting here. So, I'm going to read through some of those. Okay, so if you search this name also, this appears to be one of her Facebook pages as well. So I don't know if she like had this page and then lost access to it and then made another page or whatever, but both of these pages appear to be hers before the onset of her getting picked up by the police. Okay, so this picture right here, she actually has photos of the man that I guess she was dating. If you go to her photos, she has photos of, you know, kids on here, and she also has photos of this man who I'm guessing was her man in the bed with like children and stuff like that, holding a baby, and, you know, them in a car and stuff, and with, you know, kids and stuff. So these are her pictures as well. So this is her Facebook page also. And again, like I said, you can type in the name Nique Nicole Black right here and pull up this one as well. And you can go through some of the posts where one of the last ones that she had posted, it says, it was a repost, and it says, you got to appreciate the people who love you for free, not for what you can do for them. And then she said, nobody. And then this one, she says, why would I jump when nobody jumps for me? Hold me to the same standard of the way you treat me. Another post, teach me to be like you so I could not give a F. And this is a quote from a song. Something else she posted, it says, sometimes the hardest thing to do are the best things for you. This was all a lesson with a tricky test at the end. I promised myself, Daniel, and my babies. It's just us from now on. I'll never let anyone else in that manner again. I promise you that. So she's always talking about this guy, Daniel, I guess is the name of her man or whatever. And it's the same person that she referenced on both pages or whatever. And then she talking, and this was June 4th, she talking about "and my babies" as if the kids weren't in her trunk. Like, girl, bye. Okay, and if you scroll to last year in July of 2020, she says, I'm tired of trying to fight this demon off. I give the F up. And then if you jump back to this year in February, she said, why do children test you extra hard when people around? Like, it could be anybody, or is it just me? Like, I'm over it. And like I said, this is her other post. So definitely go on over here to check out some of the stuff that she posted. Every day I wake up to someone needing a favor. Ish, y'all just got racked up and nobody offered me ish. I wish I would keep being stupid. That's my fault. Always want to help. I'm getting ish together. Who offered me help? So I don't give a F anymore. I'm just staying away from everyone. Only time I hear from anyone is to talk about they ish, to ask me for ish, blah, blah, blah. She says, I literally have a lot going on. Just because I hold it in well don't mean I don't fall too. Like, girl, like my girl said, she saw me jump to help my friends, stress myself out and all, but I don't get that energy return. Drain me and go about their business. I be thankful as F for the few genuine bonds that I do have, blah, blah. Okay. And so you could just scroll through these and see some of the posts that she would make. All right, y'all. So that's all for this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions about this below. What do you think about the mother of both the girls saying that she feels like both of them are responsible, and saying that basically the mom is trifling and her other daughter is trifling? Now, once I read through the messages on her Facebook, she was alluding that she has been on her own since she was 13. So I'm not sure if the mother was not in their lives growing up the reason why they turned out to be so trifling, because that could be the case. Now, it looks like she could have been now, like when looking at her photos from her arrest mugshot, it looks like she possibly could be on drugs. So I don't know if that's history repeating itself, and if the mom actually, you know, didn't have them as young, because she said she'd been on her own since she was 13 or whatever. And then the mom talked about how, you know, the children had looked malnutrition, but the other daughter was living with her. So how they looked malnutrition, I don't know. It's a lot of questions. It's just a lot of questions with this story.
Ms. Johnson says she last saw her grandchildren Christmas 2019. They looked malnourished, among other things. Since then, she says she'd been trying to get the children back from their mother or aunt.
Me and Deshelle got into a spat over the way she was, raising, bathing, feeding the kids. I wasn't going for no neglect at all. So she moved out in a motel with Nicole, my unstable daughter.
And I don't know that we'll possibly get the answers. I just know that this situation is sad and unfortunate, period. So I just wanted to give you guys the update on this. You guys let me know what you think down below. Make sure to check out my website, hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and check me out on Instagram because I post a lot of stories that, sometimes there's stories that have like violence and like shootings or like different stuff like that I absolutely can't post here. I could get away with posting some of this stuff on Instagram. So I post a lot more on Instagram than I can post here. So definitely go to my Instagram. It's at Nique at Night, spelled like my channel, then _. Okay? So check me out there. Check out my website. Okay? Got deals going on there. And I'll see you guys on the next one.